If you've ever exhibited at a trade show, you know it can be one of the most powerful ways to market your brand, but it can also be one of the most exhausting and overwhelming. Between selecting your booth space, the actual backdrop design, shipping, hotels, flights, appointments, setup, teardown, samples, it's easy to miss something that could ultimately cost you time, money, and customers. And thus we've created for you the ultimate pre-trade show prep guide to help plan smarter, execute smoother, and actually enjoy the show instead of just trying to survive it. I'm Steve Rad, founder of Backdrop.com. We've helped thousands of brands achieve their marketing agendas and exhibition needs. Whether you're a small mom and pop shop attending your first trade show or a Fortune 500 company, we'll help you do it on time and on budget. So what we've learned over time is that success at a trade show floor starts months before the first attendee even walks past your booth. It starts with planning and preparation, and it starts with a system. So today I'm going to walk you through the system that we've used a few thousand times, not just for our own events, but for every client that we service to ensure you are optimized and can get the most out of your event. Now, planning early means locking in a better booth location, better rates, and having a calmer setup week. I like to start my plan by dialing in my marketing goals. What am I there to achieve? Are you there to generate leads, to launch a new product, or just build brand awareness? Those goals define everything else. Next, secure your booth space early and confirm your location supports that goal. So what does that mean? Think about the traffic flow or proximity to partners and competitors and how visible your space will be from the main aisle. These small details can completely change the entire result of the show. And pro tip, when you're booking, take advantage of the early bird discounts. Most show organizers offer a 5 to 10% discount if you register before the deadline. And those savings add up fast over time when you factor in shipping, drayage, hotel expenses, and a million other costs that add up. And speaking of costs, this is a good time to build out your trade show budget. Include everything: the booth design, the fabrication, the labor. The shows that go smoothly are the ones where the surprises have already been accounted for. Finally, in this stage, be sure to align with your internal team. Decide who's attending, define roles, set measurable expectations. Everyone needs to know exactly what to do and what success looks like. Trade shows move fast, and clarity now means confidence later. Once your plan is locked, the creative work begins. Now it's time to design your booth, and that means more than just walls and graphics. Think through your space, the storage, the signage, the lighting. Where do you want folks to stop, and where do you want their attention to go? Everything should now then serve that purpose. Everything should feel intentional. Coordinate your production timelines early with your print vendors, your fabricators, the show decorators. All have different lead times, and missing one deadline can push the entire setup schedule. Design your visuals to align with your show's specific goals, not just general branding. If this event is about a product launch, make the item the hero. And don't forget about the essentials. Flooring is rarely included in your booth package, so order that early or pay the extra $700 upon arrival. Book electrical services. Submit your power diagram so you're not scrambling on the show site when you arrive. If your booth includes an overhead hanging sign or a rig structure, get your drawings approved by the show management ahead of time. All of these things are kind of structured to ding you when you arrive, so don't fall for it. And don't forget that every event has different height limits and line of sight rules. Hold a different video on what line of sight means. But all the backdrops we service here are all LOS approved, so you're in good hands. Next, we're going to plan for the tech side. Reserve internet service, order any screens or AV equipment. Most of all, decide how you're going to capture leads. A simple scanner works fine, but if you want to stand out, try using interactive tools like Backdrop Alive, our augmented reality backdrop system that turns your booth into an interactive experience. And now, most importantly, don't overlook your people. Plan booth attire. Have a little meeting, a little powwow on what the brand needs to look like so you remain professional. Make sure everyone feels part of the story you're telling on the floor. And then the lights come on and the doors open and it's game time. And suddenly this is where all the planning pays off. A great booth doesn't just attract attention, it holds it. Keep your space organized and inviting. The energy at your booth should reflect your brand. Confident, clear, and ready to connect. Your trade show staff, being your team, is going to be your biggest asset here. Everyone should know the product we're selling, the talking points, and the objective. The best shows happen when your staff is proactive, not waiting around for attendees to walk up, but initiating conversations, asking questions, and creating genuine interaction. And make sure you're using a lead retrieval system efficiently. Scan every meaningful lead, log every interaction, add quick notes, tag somebody with a priority. Those notes will make your post-show follow-up 10 times more effective. At the end of each day, take 10 minutes for a little powwow and reset. Recount your wins, restock some materials, tidy up the booth, and jot down any insights while they're still fresh on your mind. These small habits separate the pros from the rookies. Don't go home or to the hotel and celebrate after the show. The work isn't done. The real ROI doesn't happen on the show floor. It happens in the days that follow. Don't wait weeks. Within days, you should be reaching out to your leads while the conversation is still fresh and you're still hot on their mind. Send thank you notes, share recap videos, book a follow-up call, send price lists, whatever you can do to get back into the inbox. Once that's done, again, team powwow, review your performance. What worked? What didn't? What will we do different next show? How strong or viable variable is which lead and which one do we need to follow up with and prioritize. These tiny reflections and these little details turn one event into a blueprint for the next show. When you're packing up, don't forget, take inventory of your booth materials, note any damages, store everything properly for the next show, and before you forget, lock in your spot for next year. Oftentimes the show organizers have a booth and are ready to take next year's booking at an incredibly discounted rate. And don't forget, the best locations go fast, and booking early usually means better pricing. At Backdrop.com, we believe that trade shows should be a growth engine, not a gamble. And we put this guide together to ensure you never have to start from scratch. Download the guide in the link below and make sure you subscribe for Trade Show Everything. I'm Steve Rad. We'll see you on the show floor.